Have you ever noticed something strange when riding an escalator? As you approach the end, it suddenly feels like the escalator speeds up. Your body leans forward, your balance shifts, and sometimes it even feels like the floor rushes toward you. Many people instinctively take a quick step forward to keep their balance. But here's the weird part. The escalator never actually speeds up. From the moment you step on to the moment you step off, it moves at exactly the same speed. No acceleration, no sudden boost. Yet millions of riders around the world experience the same strange sensation every day. So if the escalator isn't moving faster, why does it feel like it is? The answer lies in something most riders never notice: a clever mechanical design hidden beneath the steps and a fascinating trick played by your brain. Because the escalator isn't changing speed, your perception is. Escalators usually move at a steady speed of around 0.5 meters per second. That's roughly 1 to 2 feet per second, just fast enough to move people efficiently without making them lose balance. But near the end of the ride, something important happens. The steps begin to flatten out. While you're traveling up the escalator, each step has a clear height difference, like a staircase. But as the steps reach the top or bottom, they slide underneath each other and become a flat moving surface. This transformation happens in just a couple of seconds. And during that moment, your brain experiences a strange visual change. The shape of the steps around you suddenly disappears. The stair pattern turns into a flat floor. Your brain interprets this shift as movement acceleration, even though the speed hasn't changed at all. It's a perfect example of how mechanical design and human perception interact. And once you understand it, you'll never ride an escalator the same way again. Escalators have been moving people for more than a century. The earliest versions appeared in the late 1800s and quickly became a sensation. Department stores were among the first places to install them. Before escalators, customers had to climb stairs or wait for elevators. Escalators solved this problem beautifully. They allowed people to move continuously between floors without waiting. And stores discovered something surprising. Customers who used escalators were more likely to visit multiple floors, which meant more browsing and more shopping. Soon escalators spread everywhere: shopping malls, subway stations, airports, office buildings. But designing a reliable escalator wasn't simple. Engineers had to solve a tricky challenge. The steps had to behave like stairs while moving, but also transform into a flat surface at the top and bottom. Without this transformation, people would trip every time they stepped off. The solution required an ingenious mechanical system hidden beneath the steps, a system that also explains why the escalator seems to speed up near the end. Escalator steps are not fixed in place. Each step is actually a separate platform attached to a chain system. Underneath every step are small wheels that ride along metal tracks. These tracks control how the steps move. When the escalator is in its main section, the tracks hold the steps in a staircase shape. Each step stays slightly higher than the one behind it, but near the top or bottom, the tracks begin to change direction. As the wheels follow the new path, the steps slide closer together. Gradually, the staircase shape disappears. Within seconds, the steps transform into a flat conveyor-like surface. This transition is necessary for safety. Without it, stepping off the escalator would feel like stepping onto a staircase that suddenly ends. But this transformation creates an unexpected side effect. Your brain interprets the change in geometry as a change in speed, even though the escalator is moving exactly the same as before. At the very end of the escalator, you'll see a metal plate with comb-like teeth. This is called the comb plate. The grooves in the escalator steps slide neatly into these teeth. This design prevents objects from getting caught in the gap between the steps and the floor. It also ensures that the moving steps smoothly disappear beneath the landing platform. From a mechanical perspective, this is a beautifully precise system. Every step must arrive at the comb plate at the correct position. If anything is even slightly misaligned, sensors will immediately stop the escalator. But during this final transition, something interesting happens visually. The tall step edges that once surrounded you suddenly vanish. Your reference points change. Instead of seeing rising steps in front of you, you suddenly see a flat, moving floor. Your brain interprets this change as forward motion, and that's why it feels like the escalator suddenly speeds up. What you're experiencing is a classic perception illusion. Your brain constantly estimates speed using visual cues. When riding an escalator, the repeating pattern of steps helps your brain judge movement. But when those steps flatten out, the pattern suddenly disappears. Your brain loses its usual reference points. For a moment, it recalculates your motion. During that split second of adjustment, your brain assumes you must be moving faster. So your body reacts automatically. You lean forward. You prepare to take a step. Sometimes you even feel slightly off balance. This is similar to another familiar experience. Have you ever stood on a moving walkway at the airport, then stepped onto solid ground? For a moment, the floor feels strangely slow. Your brain had adapted to the moving surface, and now it needs time to readjust. Escalators create the same kind of sensory confusion, but in reverse. Modern escalators are incredibly sophisticated machines. They contain dozens of safety systems designed to protect riders. These include step misalignment sensors, emergency stop buttons, anti-slip step grooves, skirt panel safety brushes, speed monitoring systems. If anything unusual happens, even a small object getting stuck, the escalator will automatically stop. Engineers have spent decades refining these systems, but the basic escalator design has remained surprisingly consistent. The same step chain mechanism used today is remarkably similar to the one invented over a century ago, because sometimes the best engineering solutions are the ones that simply work. And despite the strange sensation near the end, escalators remain one of the safest transportation systems ever created. So the next time you ride an escalator, pay attention as you approach the end. When it suddenly feels like the escalator speeds up, you'll know the truth. Nothing is actually accelerating. The machine is moving exactly as it always has. What's changing is your perception. A small shift in step geometry tricks your brain into sensing motion that isn't really there. It's a reminder that everyday objects often hide fascinating engineering. And sometimes the strangest experiences aren't caused by machines at all. They're created by the way our brains interpret the world. Which means that tiny moment of imbalance at the end of an escalator isn't a design flaw. It's simply your brain catching up with the machine.